Hello everyone, welcome to English Podcast Library *. Great! Here's the start of your long-form graded reader project. How to understand fast native English speakers, English listening and speaking practice. Spoken in the voice of Mr. Bell Anderson. Please, list 2 deep, detailed chapters meant to teach listening comprehension, rhythm, chunking, and practical techniques. Each chapter is spoken style, rich in experience, and educational for beginners and intermediate learners alike.
Let's sit down and talk first and listen. I don't know, who are you? Where are you? I hope you're doing well. And I hope that you can improve quick thinking and speak fast. You can listen to all the videos, listen to my channel, enhance your English skill. Please like and subscribe to English Podcast Library. Hey there, friend. I'm Mr. Bell Anderson. Today, I want to share something real important, especially if you've ever watched a movie or listened to a native speaker talk and felt completely lost. You said, wait, what did they just say? Yup, I've been there too. When I first started learning languages, I thought, am I just slow? Or are they just speaking at lightning speed? Well, guess what? It's not your fault. And it's not their fault either. The truth is, native speakers don't speak in words. They speak in sounds, rhythm, and chunks. And if you don't understand how that works, even if your grammar is perfect, you'll still miss half of what they say. That's why I made this book. I want to show you step by step, in simple English, how to train your ears and your mouth so you can understand and speak naturally. No more guessing, no more guessing, no more confusion. Chapter 1. Why native English sounds so fast *. Chapter 1. Why native English sounds so fast, right? Let's break this down. You think native speakers talk fast, right? But here's the truth. Most of the time, they're not really speaking faster. They're just connecting words, reducing sounds, and using rhythm like music. Think about it. When a singer sings, they don't say each word clearly. They glide. Native English is the same. For example, what are you doing? Becomes watcha. Doing did you eat yet? Becomes cheat yet. Now, imagine you're reading the clear sentence in a textbook, but in real life, it's mashed together like peanut butter on toast. That's why it sounds fast, because you're not hearing what you expect. Practice tip, try this every day. Take a sentence, like I'm going to go now. Then say it fast, like a native. I'm gonna go now. Record yourself. Listen. Speak again. You're not just learning English, you're learning how it feels in the mouth. Chapter 2. The secret of English rhythm. English is a rhythm language. That means we don't say each word with equal time. We stress some words and reduce others. It's like music. Strong beats, nouns, verbs, adjectives, weak beats, articles, prepositions, helping verbs. Let's try this. I want to go to the store. We don't stress to or the mute. We hit the big words like drums. That's why if you only listen for every single word, you'll miss the music. Instead, train your ears for the beat of the sentence. Listening practice. Take a simple podcast. Focus only on what words are strong. Tap your finger with the beat. You'll start to feel the rhythm. Chapter 3. The power of linking sounds. All right, now, let's get to one of the most powerful tricks native speakers use, linking sounds together. Here's an example. Turn it off gives sounds like turn it off. I want it gives sounds like you want it. Your brain is used to hearing clear spaces between words, but in real English, words stick together. So if you don't know about linking, you'll think they're speaking another language. Mouth practice. Take the sentence, could you help me out? Say it slowly, then link it. Could you help me out? It's like a slide, not a staircase. That's how you get closer to real speed. Chapter 4. Training your brain to hear English sounds. Let me tell you something important. Listening is not about your ears, it's about your brain. Your ears hear the sound, but your brain has to recognize it. You hear what you're doing, and your brain says, "Wait, what word was that?" Because your brain never practiced hearing that kind of sound before. So here's what you gotta do. Train your brain to hear the real English, not the textbook one. Chunk, practice, make flashcards, not with words, but with phrases. Gonna, wanna, let me outer, kinda repeat them. Say them fast. Make them automatic. Chapter 5. Imitation is the mother of fluency. Long-form spoken paragraph. Let me tell you a secret that changed my whole journey learning how to understand fast English, and I believe it can change yours too. You see, when we were little kids, learning our first language, whether it was Khmer, Spanish, Japanese, or anything else, we didn't sit in school with grammar books. No way. We listened, we watched, and most of all, we copied. That's right. We imitated every sound our parents made, every expression, every emotion, every pause. We repeated what we heard, even if we didn't know what it meant yet. And slowly, without even trying to be perfect, we learned to speak. That's the power of imitation. It's still the best way to learn a language, especially when it comes to understanding fast native speakers. The trick is, you don't just need to learn English, you need to become it. I mean, let it move into your body. Let it become part of your mouth and your rhythm. Take a native speaker's sentence just one and copy it exactly. Not just the words, but the way they say it. The emotion, the speed, the little laughs or pauses, the tone. If they say, "Hey, what are you up to today?" you don't answer by translating that sentence in your head. No, you mimic it. You become it. "Hey, what are you up to today?" Feel it, say it, act it. If they go up at the end, you go up too. If they drop their voice, you drop yours. It's not about faking an accent. It's about training your muscles and rewiring your brain to think in the music of English. Every day, take 30 seconds of real native audio and say it with them. Not after, not slower, with them. That's called shadowing, and it's your golden key to fluency. You'll feel weird at first, like you're dancing out of rhythm. But after a few weeks, guess what? You'll feel that rhythm inside you. English won't feel like a puzzle anymore. It'll feel like music you've danced to before. And my friend, when English starts to feel familiar in your ears and in your mouth, that's when fluency begins. Chapter 6. Real English verses. School English long-form spoken paragraph, you know. One of the biggest shocks for most learners, and I've seen this 1,000 times, is when they spend years studying English in school, memorizing grammar rules, passing written exams, maybe even writing perfect essays, and then they meet a native speaker in real life, and they don't understand a single word. And you know what? It's not their fault. It's the system. Because school English is very different from the English people speak out in the world. In class, you're taught textbook phrases like, "Hello, how are you?" and "I'm fine, thank you." But when you step into a cafe in New York or London or Sydney, someone might say, "Hey, how's it going? What's up, man? Or you good?" And suddenly your brain freezes. Wait, what language was that? It's English, but it's real English, not classroom English. And here's the truth. Real English is messy. It's full of cut words, reduced sounds, half sentences, emotional tones, slang, humor, sarcasm, interruptions, you name it. Native speakers don't talk like robots reading from a grammar book. They speak like humans in a hurry fast, flexible, and full of feeling. That's why understanding fast English isn't just about vocabulary or grammar. It's about learning the rhythm of real-life speech. And you can do that by listening to unscripted conversations, real interviews, street talk, casual podcasts, and shows where people are just being themselves. Write down what they say. Notice the phrases. Notice how they start a sentence, but then jump to another. Notice how "did you want coffee" becomes "do you wanna coffee," or how "let me know" becomes "let me know." Learn that style. Copy it. Respect it. Because if you only train with school-style English, you'll miss 70% of what real people say. But if you open your ears and your heart to real life, speaking the raw, natural kind, you'll begin to understand not just the words, but the world behind those words. Chapter 7. Repeat and shadow until you own it. Long-form spoken paragraph. Now, let me walk you through something I call owning the sentence. And believe me, it's not enough to just understand a sentence, you've got to own it. Think about it like this. When a musician learns a new song, they don't just listen once and say, "Got it." No, they play it again and again until it's in their fingers, in their bones. Same with dancers, they don't just watch a move once and say, "I'll try that next month." No, they practice it every day until the move becomes part of them. And guess what? It's the same with English. If you want to truly understand and speak fluently, you've got to repeat and shadow sentences until they become part of your natural flow. Shadowing means you pick a real clip, could be from a podcast, a Netflix scene, a YouTube vlog, just 10 seconds is fine, and you listen once, twice, then on the third time, you try to speak at the same time as the speaker. Don't wait, don't pause, don't worry about being perfect. Just speak with them, match their speed, match their feeling. You might miss some words. That's okay. The goal is not to sound perfect. The goal is to sound alive, to let the sentence run through your mouth like a river. The more you do this, the more your brain starts to recognize patterns and rhythm automatically. You don't have to translate. Any more you feel the meaning. You don't have to remember grammar rules. You just speak naturally. And over time, that shadowing practice will make you stronger, sharper, and more confident. You'll find yourself in real conversations, and suddenly your mouth knows what to say and your ears can keep up. That's the magic of repetition and shadowing. So don't be afraid to sound silly. Sounding silly is a sign that you're getting serious. Do it every day. Build that speaking muscle. Repeat, shadow. Own it. Chapter 8. Using TV shows and movies. As your teacher's long-form spoken paragraph, let me tell you a little story, something personal. When I first started training my English listening, I was frustrated. I'd been reading books, doing exercises, and watching educational videos. But none of it helped me when I tried to talk to real people or watch real movies. I'd sit down to watch a TV show, and 5 minutes in, I was lost. Everything sounded so fast. Words were mashed together. Characters were yelling, whispering, laughing, and talking over each other. It felt like a different language. But then, I changed. My method and I turned those movies and shows into my teachers. I started small. I picked a 1-minute scene from a sitcom. I watched it first with subtitles, then I turned them off. I listened again and again until I started catching phrases. "What you're doing," No way. Get out of here, I realized. The more I watched real English, the more I understood how it actually works. And here's the truth. Every time you watch a movie, or a show, or even a silly YouTube vlog, you're stepping into the real world of English. You see how people greet each other, how they interrupt, how they respond with just a look or a short phrase like cool, right, seriously. That's the English people really use. Not textbook grammar, but living, breathing speech. So from now on, make TV your classroom. Don't just watch, study, pause, rewind, imitate. Write down those fast chunks. Speak with the characters. And soon, you'll hear the music of English all around you, even in conversations on the street. You'll smile and say, "Hey, I understood that." That's when you know it's working. Chapter 9. Focus on high-frequency phrases, long-form spoken paragraph. Now listen carefully, because this next lesson will save you years of wasted effort. Most learners think they need to know thousands and thousands of English words to become fluent, but the truth is, native speakers use the same few hundred words and phrases again and again, every single day. That's right, just like how a chef doesn't need 1,000 spices to make a good meal. You don't need every word in the dictionary. What you need are the high-frequency phrases, the real-life building blocks of spoken English. Phrases like, "You know what I mean," "I'm not sure," "Hang on a sec, let me think," "That's crazy." These phrases carry rhythm, they carry emotion, and they show up in almost every conversation. But here's the thing. They're often spoken fast, connected, reduced, and full of feeling. So if you only learn their dictionary meaning, you'll miss them in real life. That's why I want you to focus your energy. Choose 5 useful phrases per day. Say them out loud with rhythm. Make your own examples. Record yourself. Review them the next morning. Build your own phrasebook, not of random words, but of living expressions. Because once your brain learns to recognize these fast-moving chunks, your ears will suddenly understand a lot more of what native speakers are saying. And not just understand, you'll start saying them too, without even thinking. That's fluency. And it starts not with more vocabulary, but with the right vocabulary. Chapter 10. When you don't understand what to do, long-form spoken paragraph, all right. Let's get real. Even if you study every day, even if you do shadowing and learn all the high-frequency phrases, there will still be moments, yes, even after all, that when you simply don't understand what a native speaker just said. Maybe they spoke too fast. Maybe they used a word you don't know. Maybe you were just tired or nervous, and that's okay. But what's not okay is pretending you understood when you didn't. That won't help you grow. So here's what you do instead. First, take a breath. Stay calm. Smile. Most people are kind if you ask for help politely. Say, "Sorry, could you say that one more time?" Or, "I didn't catch that, can you repeat it?" And say it with confidence, not shame. You're learning, you're growing. Be proud. If you're in a noisy place or still don't get it, ask them to write it down. Pull out your phone and say, "Mind typing that here?" You'll often see a word that you do recognize, just spelled, in a way that helps your ears understand. And here's a beautiful truth. Every time you don't understand something, it's a golden moment. It shows you exactly where to grow. So keep a little notebook or note on your phone. Write down those words or phrases that confused you. Look them up later, practice them, and next time you'll get it. Understanding fast English isn't about never missing anything. It's about becoming braver every time you do. Asterisk. Chapter 11. Your ears are muscles. Train them daily now. Listen, my friend. This next lesson might surprise you, but it's something. Most people never think about your ears are muscles. Not literal muscles, like in your arms or legs. But they work the same way. If you don't train them, they stay weak. They don't react fast. But if you train them daily, they become sharp, strong, fast, and fluent. See, when most people listen to English, they think it's only about understanding the meaning, but the truth is, listening is a physical skill. Your ears are catching sound, your brain is processing speed, and your memory is reacting instantly to match what you know. That takes daily repetition. Just like if you want strong legs, you don't run once a month, you do it every day. It's the same with listening. You don't need to listen for 2 hours a day. No. Even 10 or 15 minutes done the right way, with full focus, can change everything. Choose a real audio, maybe a podcast, a scene from a TV show, or a YouTube vlog, and play it without looking at subtitles first. Try to catch what you can. Then go back and listen again, this time with subtitles. Notice what you missed. Pause, replay. Close your eyes and try again. Do this every single day, like brushing your teeth. Slowly but surely, your ears will become trained to pick up fast speech, different accents, tricky reductions, and emotional tone. It won't be magic, it'll be muscle. You're building it, one day at a time. Don't wait for understanding to just happen. Train for it. Your ears are ready. Now give them a chance to grow. Chapter 12. Learn to predict. Not just listen. Let me share something powerful with you, something that changed the game for me and for hundreds of learners I've worked with. Understanding fast English isn't just about listening harder. It's about learning how to predict what's coming next. That's right, great listeners aren't waiting for each word like a surprise. They're already guessing the next idea, even before it's said. Think of it like driving a car. If you drive and only react after something happens, boom, too late. But if you watch the signs, the traffic, the movement ahead, you start to predict. That's how you avoid crashes. And English is the same. When you're listening, you need to start predicting based on context and patterns. For example, if someone says, "Hey, did you watch that movie last night?" What might come next? Maybe, "Yeah, it was awesome." Or "No, I fell asleep." You already expect those ideas, right? That's prediction. And the better you get at it, the easier it is to follow fast speech even if you miss a word or two. So how do you practice this skill? Simple. Every time you listen to English, pause before the next sentence and guess what the speaker will say. Don't worry about being right. Just practice guessing. Then play the audio and check. Over time, your brain gets faster. You'll start connecting ideas before they're even said. That's how native speakers keep up in fast conversations. They're not listening to every word. They're catching chunks and predicting the rest. You can do it too. Just start thinking like a listener who sees the road ahead, not one who's chasing from behind. Chapter 13. Master the art of chunks. Not words now. Let's talk about something I wish every learner understood right from the start. If you really want to understand fast English, stop focusing on individual words and start mastering chunks. You see, native speakers don't speak word by word like this. No, sir. They speak in groups of words that come together naturally, what we call chunks. These are phrases, expressions, pieces of language that your brain can grab all at once. without needing to translate or analyze every piece. It's the difference between trying to catch one drop of water at a time or using a cup to catch a whole splash. When a native says, "I don't know," they often say it as "I dunno." That's one chunk. Or instead of "Do you want to go out?" they say, "Do you want to go out?" Again, that's a chunk. These little pieces get spoken fast, connected, reduced. And if you're only listening for individual words, you'll miss the meaning. So here's how to fix it. Build your English fluency around chunks of language. Make flashcards or notes with whole phrases like, "I'm not sure, that sounds good, what do you mean, are you serious?" Then practice saying them fast, smooth, with rhythm. No pauses, no translation, just feel the flow. Use them in practice, use them in writing, speak them out loud 20 times. And when you hear native speakers use them, your ears will light up with recognition. That's when you know you're learning real English, not just grammar and vocabulary, but communication as it actually happens. Asterisk chapter 14. Don't translate. Visualize the meaning, all right. This next point is a big one, and I want you to take it deep inside your learning. Heart. If you truly want to understand fast native English, you need to stop translating in your head. I know, it's natural. You hear something in English, and you try to turn it into your own language, right? Khmer, Spanish, French, Japanese, whatever. Your first language is, but here's the problem. Translation is slow. It takes time, and real English moves fast. So by the time you finish translating the first sentence, the speaker's already moved 3 steps ahead. That's why the most powerful skill you can build is to visualize the meaning directly in your mind. Don't think of the word apple and try to find the translation. Just picture the apple. Don't translate "let's get going" into your language. Just imagine 2 people standing up and starting to walk. Connect the English directly to the picture, the emotion, the situation. That's how babies do it, and it's how you can do it too. If someone says, "You nailed it," don't pause and look for a dictionary meaning. Just see someone hitting a target perfectly. That's what nailed it means. This way, you'll start to understand English, not as a set of codes to decode, but as a living language full of images and feelings. And when you stop translating, your brain becomes faster, your ears become sharper, and your confidence grows like a wildfire. Don't speak through a translator in your head. Speak and listen like the real you, with pictures, reactions, emotions. An instinct. Chapter 15. Repeat conversations in your mind. Now here's a trick I've used for years, and it's something every serious learner should do if they want to build fluency and listening skill at the same time. I call it mental replay, and it's exactly what it sounds, like repeating conversations in your mind over and over until they become natural. Think about it. After you watch a scene in a movie, or hear a short chat at a cafe, or listen to your English teacher tell a story, not replay that same scene in your head. Try to remember the phrases. Imagine the people talking. Repeat what they said. Say their lines out loud. Add new parts to the conversation. Change their voices. It's like a movie playing in your mind, but you're the actor. This kind of mental repetition is powerful because it helps your brain review without needing a book or screen. You could be walking down the street, riding a bus, lying in bed, and still practicing English just by remembering what you heard and saying it again. It helps your pronunciation, your vocabulary, your rhythm, and your listening memory. It makes English feel closer, more automatic, more yours. And guess what? The more you replay, the more you'll find yourself ready for real conversations, because you've already said those lines before in your mind, in your mouth, and in your memory. So don't let a conversation pass by and forget it. Grab it, replay it, repeat it in your own voice, build it into your own English soul. That's how you go from learner to speaker. Chapter 16. Emotion is the engine of English now. Let me tell you something most learners never hear in school, and it's probably one of the most powerful truths about real spoken English. Emotion drives everything. That's right, when people speak in real life, not in a textbook, not in a slow classroom recording, but real, fast, natural talk, they don't just speak words, they speak feelings, excitement, anger, curiosity, sarcasm, stress, joy, fear. All of it pours into the rhythm, tone, and speed of their speech. And if you only listen for words, you'll miss the meaning behind the meaning. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone says, "Oh really?" Now say it with a happy, surprised voice. "Oh really?" That could mean, "Wow, that's amazing," but say it with a slow, flat voice. "Oh, really?" Now it sounds like doubt or even sarcasm. Two words, same spelling, completely different emotions. You see, English is not just what you say, but how you say it. And native speakers often speak emotion first, grammar second. That's why they cut words, change sounds, use facial expressions and gestures. So, if you want to understand fast English, train your ears for the emotional wave behind the speech. When you listen to a podcast or a movie, ask yourself, what is the feeling here? Don't just write new vocabulary, write the emotion you hear. Practice speaking the same sentence in 5 different moods. Turn your learning into a theater, because the more emotion you can hear and feel, the faster your brain will catch the real message, even if the words are flying by. That's when English becomes not just sound, but a living experience. Asterisk, Chapter 17. Learn to catch the meaning words all right. Now here's a clever little trick I've used for years to train students to understand English faster and smarter. It's called listening for the meaning words. You see, when a native English speaker talks, not every word is important. That might surprise you, but it's true. Many words are just glue, little helping words, grammar bits, articles, prepositions like the is, at, have, on, been, to. They help hold the sentence together, but they're not the main message. And when people speak fast, they often reduce or skip those glue words. What's left? The meaning words, the big ones, nouns, verbs, adjectives, words like dog, run, beautiful, problem, idea, change. Those are the anchors of the sentence. So when you're listening and struggling to catch everything, don't panic. Instead, focus your ears on catching the meaning words. Let's say someone says, "I was thinking about maybe going to the concert later tonight." At fast speed, it might sound like IW's thinking about maybe going to the concert later night. That's hard, right? But if you train your brain to catch only the meaning words, thinking, going, concert, tonight, you already understand the point. You didn't need to catch every syllable. This is how real listeners survive in real conversation. Even native speakers do it. So from now on, stop chasing every word. Start hunting for the meat, the message, the action. Build that skill by practicing with short audio clips. Pause and ask, what were the most important words? Then say them out loud. That's how you train your brain to hear what matters, not what's perfect. Asterisk, Chapter 18. Stay calm when The speed increases all right. Deep breath, now. Because I know, I truly understand how it feels when English gets too fast. Your heart starts to race. Your brain freezes. You feel lost, confused, maybe even embarrassed. I've seen that look in learners' eyes. I've felt it myself. And what I want to tell you today, right here in this chapter, is this. The most important skill you can build is staying calm, especially when the speed increases. Listen, fast English isn't dangerous. It just feels that way. Because your brain wants to catch everything, and when it can't, it screams, "Oh no, I'm failing." But you're not failing, you're just training. It's okay to miss words. It's okay to feel unsure. What's not okay is giving up in the middle of the conversation or telling yourself, "I'm bad at this," because you're not. You're learning a fast sport, and all fast sports take practice. So when the speed rises, breathe slower. Keep your eyes on the speaker. Watch their hands. Watch their face. Relax your shoulders. Don't try to translate. Try to feel the message. Try to catch one or two key words. Use those words like anchors. And most importantly, don't panic. If you keep your brain calm, it will catch more than you think. If you panic, everything disappears. So the next time someone speaks fast and your heart starts to jump, just tell yourself, "I'm okay. I don't need to understand everything. I'm still growing." Just stay with it. That mindset alone will make you a stronger, smarter, and more confident English speaker, faster than any vocabulary list ever could. Asterisk chapter 19. Mirror the speaker. Not just the words. Let me teach you a technique today that goes deeper than repetition, deeper than memorizing sentences. It's called mirroring, and it's one of the secrets of deep fluency. Here's how it works. When you watch a speaker in a movie, in a video, on stage, or in person, don't just listen to what they say. Pay attention to how they say it. Their tone, their pace, their expression, the pauses, the eyebrow raise, the little shrug, the laugh in the middle. That's all part of the message. Now, your job is to mirror it. Not just copy the words, but imitate the whole performance. Become that speaker for a moment. If they lean in and whisper, you do the same. If they clap and laugh, mirror that energy. If they sound calm and low, bring your voice down too. Why? Because communication is not only about words, it's about delivery. And if you can mirror the way native speakers deliver their message, your understanding grows 10 times faster. You'll start to feel the flow of natural English. You'll stop speaking like a slow robot and start sounding like someone who lives inside the language. Try this. Pick one YouTube clip from a real person talking naturally. Watch it once, then pause after each sentence and act it out. Every pause, every breath, every emotion. Don't be shy. This is not just practice, it's performance. It's transformation. That's how actors learn new accents. That's how babies copy their parents. And that's how you can grow from learner to fluent communicator. One mirrored sentence at a time. Asterisk, chapter 20. Make listening your daily lifestyle. We've come to the final chapter in this part of the journey, and I want to leave you with something big. Because no matter how many tips you learn, no matter how many videos you watch, the truth is, nothing works unless you do it every single day. Learning to understand fast English isn't a one-time event. It's a lifestyle, just like eating. Healthy or exercising, it becomes part of your daily rhythm. So, from this day forward, I want you to make English listening not a task, but a habit, like brushing your teeth, like having coffee in the morning. Listen to English while you walk, while you clean, while you eat. Play a short podcast while getting ready. Watch one short video clip after breakfast. Repeat a sentence before bed. It doesn't have to be long, just consistent. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. The important thing is not how much, but how often. And let me tell you, when you show up for your listening every single day, something magical starts to happen. Your ears get sharper, your brain gets faster, your fear begins to fade. You start to recognize voices, accents, emotions. You don't just study English, you live it. And when you live it, fluency becomes inevitable. So make it part of your life. Build your own routine. Be proud of every step, even the small ones. Because the only difference between those who dream of understanding fast English and those who do it is daily action. You've got everything you need inside you. Now make it part of your day, every day, and you'll go further than you ever imagined. Chapter 21. This is just the beginning. Stay in the arena well. Now, here we are. Chapter 21. You've walked a long road with me, haven't you? And if you've come this far, I want you to pause for a second and give yourself a real moment of credit. I mean it. Most people never make it this far. Most give up after chapter 3, or they listen once and forget the rest. But not you. You stayed. You kept walking. You opened your ears. You opened your heart. And you took in everything I've shared, like a true learner, a real fighter. But let me tell you something, my friend. This is not the end. This is just the beginning. Learning to understand fast English isn't about reaching one final lesson and saying, I made it. It's about stepping into a new arena, one where you grow every single day. Some days you'll feel strong. Some days, English will confuse you. You'll miss a word, lose your confidence, or doubt yourself. That's normal. That's life. But the key is, don't walk out of the arena. Stay in it, even when it's tough, even when you feel tired. Because fluency doesn't belong to the smartest person in the room. It belongs to the one who stays in the room the longest, the one who listens a little more, practices one more phrase, tries again, says, I didn't get that, could you say it again? And then learns from it. You've already built so many powerful tools: shadowing, chunking, mirroring, emotion, prediction, calm, listening, daily habits. These are now your weapons, your listening armor. Use them, play with them, share them with others. And when doubt whispers, you're not good enough, you whisper back, I'm not finished yet. Because the truth is, you've come further than you think, and you've got more power in you than you know. So keep walking, keep listening, keep repeating, keep showing up. The English world is wide and full of people waiting to hear your voice. And I, Mr. Bell Anderson, I believe with all my heart that you are ready. So go out there and understand the world, one sentence at a time. Final note, if you'd like, I can help you now with a printable full version of all chapters. 121 PDF or formatted document, an audio recording series of Mr. Bell Anderson, reading each chapter for daily listening, or a daily speaking workbook to practice each chapter's lessons. Just say the word, and I'll prepare the next steps. I'm proud of your journey.